Hello, and welcome to DWTT. This is what I saw, and I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel. I guess when you get a chance, please subscribe, like, and comment if you want. I will try to respond to everything that you send to me, and I hope you enjoy it. So, here we go. So we're going to talk about Arsenal 3, Crystal Palace 1. I'm smiling, but I did a watch along for this game, and I can honestly say it didn't feel like a 3-1 win. It definitely didn't. If you saw the game, you saw the scoreline, you would go, yes, this was nice to see. But minus 5 minutes of this match, it looked like we were gonna waste a perfectly good 3 points. It definitely looked like it. We were saved by the Martinelli bell, but that was good to see, I believe, anyway. So let's see. So we'll get into it like usual. I will start with the lineup, and we'll go from there. So look at the lineup, and like usual, I'm expecting to see Martinelli. I was hoping to see Bell again and Aziz maybe on the sheet. I was hoping Martinelli would get to start, but that was wishful thinking, just the way that things have gone this season. So looked at the lineup, and Leno at the back, expected Chambers, Holding, Gabriel, and Carantini on the back line. Decent, we'll take it. Xhaka was still out, so wasn't expecting him to play. Partey and El Neni sitting in front of that back line. All right, we'll take it. It worked well the last game. Saka, Milsroof, Rowe, and Pepe sitting kind of right in front of Partey and El Neni, and then Aubameyang up top. You look at that, and at least in my eyes, I feel like, we should be able to get something out of this game, at least from that front four, and having Partey and Tierney on the team, playing kind of opposite sides to each other. So we should be able to, take advantage of that and be able to score. And you look at the other side, and yes, they've got Benteke, they've got Zaha, but Aziz, I think his name is, he was out with an injury, so they've lost one of their attacking players. I'm thinking that should be a good thing for us. Most are saying it still doesn't matter. It's Crystal Palace. We never on the road play well against them. We never get wins against them. That to me, that thinking has to stop. I feel like we are a better team. We should expect to win certain games, and this is one of those games we expect to win. I know it's probably reaching, but I believe we have a good team, and when you put that lineup out there, you expect to see some good things come out of it. But you watch the game, and you're thinking, at least I'm thinking to myself, wow, we are lucky that they haven't scored. And you look at the stats, and it definitely showed up there. I'm still surprised. I'm still a little surprised we got the win out of this thing. It worked in our favor, but boy, we tried our hardest not to get this win, and I think we were lucky for it. You take a look at the stats going into the game, and wow. All right. In that first half, we scored, but as far as you look at the stats, they had better stats than us on the offensive side. We had 3 total shots. They had 5, 2 on target for them. We had 1 shot on target. It's the one we scored. So we did not create much from that, and Crystal Palace isn't that good of a defense that they can hold us to 1 shot on target for an entire half. There's got to be something about that. Is it the players because they're on the field and they're not executing? Is it the set of players that we have on the field? I think if you look at it, you've got Aubameyang out there, and I still don't. As much as he's had a lot of things going against him this season, I still feel like this offensive scheme that we have set up just does not fit his skill set. He just doesn't seem comfortable out there. We're asking him to do things that every time he does it, I'm saying to myself, no, please don't come back. Please stay up. When we get the ball, you need to be the first thing, the Saka sees when he looks up the field and mills to a throw at Pepe. When they get that ball and they start going towards the goal, there's got to be an Aubameyang in front of them. And time again, he was always behind. He was behind them, and sometimes, I know it's not his skill set, but he's okay. If it's not his skill set, I get it. But when we get the ball, or when we are start moving, moving up the field, he has to get his butt all the way up there to attack that back line. He has to. And time again, he just was not there. We had no attack through that middle. I mean, I think Saka had a couple of passes, Saka through the middle, and you're thinking to yourself, but he's playing on the, was he playing on the left side at that point, or the right side at that point? Where is Aubameyang? Aubameyang is sitting behind him, and we just could not get. I mean, it just didn't work. It did not work. And that's why the game was close, and that's why we did get the score, and the score was so nice, right? I think it was a back heel, and you got a cross that comes in, and you're thinking, all right, and then Pepe is able to get on the end of the cross, and he puts it into the far corner away from the goalkeeper. You're thinking, wow, I like that. I want to see that again, But it just kind of disappeared. And then, Pepe, the same guy who scores the goal, later on, he creates the scenario where, we're going to lose some points here. But like I said, that first half, we got to be better than that. And you come out in the second half and you expect, all right, so let's see, come out in the second half. All right, so we should have a plan, right, to come out and combat what we just saw. We should. What's going on there, I'm not sure. But also, we got VAR'd again. We got VAR'd twice, multiple times in that first half. I mean, Chambers basically got his foot stepped on. I mean, you look at his ankle is stepped on. Nothing. I mean, we've had players go out of games for that. Yet the tackle is late. It is dangerous. Could break somebody's leg. And no red card. Alright, got it. Next up, Benteke, right? He basically throws his shoulder into Saka, lays him down, puts him down. El Neni comes to the rescue, right? And they get into a little row. Next thing you know, Benteke throws an arm, gets his elbow up to the chin of El Neni. But we get 2 yellows. El Neni gets a yellow. Benteke started this with knocking down a player. Nothing was called for that, but he gets a yellow for arguing. So 2 missed opportunities for a yellow. What are the referees watching? It's the referee on the sideline, I believe, at that point. You got VAR. VAR reviews it, says everything's okay with it. No red card. He hit him in the chin. Excuse me. Xhaka grabs the guy around the neck. He gets a red and he's out. Benteke throws an arm. He threw an arm. He basically essentially threw almost like a punch, right? He clips the guy's chin. Doesn't get penalized for that. Do they hate us? I don't know. I didn't get that. All right, so then we go into half. You're thinking, all right, we're going to come out. Let's get something out of this game, right? Let's change things around. You're not really changing anything around. We just need to finish. I mean, I was complaining watching the game that every time it seemed like the ball going would never ever actually make it into the 18. It seemed it would get blocked. It would get intercepted. We just could not get a ball into the 18 to any of our players. Not that there was many in there, but we just could never get the ball into the 18. I always like to say, when I look at our players, they are constantly not even looking to score. not looking to take the ball up the field. I mean, this is another one of those examples where you've got players that don't even look to the 18. The defenders can just stand there and wait because we're just going to pass the ball back. I mean, Pepe every once in a while would try to take the ball and then would just stop. You know, like he giving up. I don't know. It sounds. I mean, I'm gonna. Partly that's on him. Partly I don't know if he's been asked to just not take it. You know, to actually go out there and try to use the skills that he's got to get past the player. And even when he does, he still will not attack the goal line. I'm expecting him. You know, he got free a couple times. He just would not attack that goal line and try to put a cross in. I mean, we just didn't take our advantages, and it came back to haunt us. Second half comes in. I think Pepe, you know, draws a free kick, and you're thinking, all right, from the, you know, before the game, everybody's like, Benteke is probably going to score against us. It's like Vardy's probably going to score against us. They always score against us. So it's a cross, or it's a free kick. Cross is going to be coming in. You look at it works. Benteke gets it. He heads. He's flying in the air like Superman. Heads it, and you're thinking, well, is it offsides because they're reviewing it? No. At first, Benteke basically shoves El Neni down. Nobody sees that, of course. Then gets a hand on Gabriel, which kind of gives him the space he needs. Gabriel does go down after he feels the contact. Nothing given there. I mean, how many times has that happened to us where we barely touch the guy, you know, and when they get the benefit, then the play gets called off, right? This time, no, they got everything that they wanted. Just, you know, I just didn't like that. You watch the replay, and he definitely pushes El Neni down. Now, why El Neni is on him is beyond me. I mean, Gabriel or Holding, you know, should have been on their best threat on a free kick. But he gets his head on it, puts it into the goal, and you know, then we're sitting there, and the team basically at that point is has lost, you know, kind of lost the desire. Similarly, at that same time, Martinelli, I think, is about ready to come on. Is that right? No, I think it was later. But soon after that, Erdegar is coming on for Saka. Wait a second. It's a 1-1 game. We need goals. We're taking off Saka. All right. Don't get it. I mean, if you're looking at the game at that point, you're thinking Aubameyang just isn't. He's not having a good game, and he's not putting himself in situations to where he can take advantage of what's happening in front of him. But no, he doesn't come out. Erdegar comes in. All right, so now he's going to move into the middle, right, and Ramsdale's going to move outside. And soon after, and this is at the 65th minute. So yeah, we once again, you know, Aubameyang hadn't had a good half at all. Was it going to get better? Probably not. The way the game was going, then they score, and you're thinking, all right, so if we're going to put our threat in, maybe Martinelli's going to come in. But no, that doesn't happen. Martinelli he looks like he's going to come in around the 72nd minute. You know, 6 minutes later he does come in, and I just don't. I hate when I see him lining up because I know it's going to be about 6 or 7 minutes before he actually comes into the game. What do they have to tell him that they hadn't told him before? Every time he comes in, just go in there and attack the back line and put yourself in a position. He always seems to do that. He always has opportunities when he gets on in the game that he's going to score. You know, it's you know, every game he's come in, he's had one. You can count it every time. There's at least one opportunity where he's going to come in and put a goal in. And same thing. Tierney's coming out. Xhaka's coming on. Not sure I understand that move at all. You know, I didn't understand that move at all. Xhaka just coming off an injury. Does he need to come into this game? You've got Lacazette there. I mean, you got some other moves I thought we could have made. But Xhaka coming on for Tierney. Because Tierney can't go 90 minutes. He's got a week to rest. I don't get that move either. So, you know, Saka, Tierney, and Partey all came off. We're building our team around those three players. those are three players along with Milsroof Rowe that we're building our team around, and they're coming out. If you're trying to win the game, then they stay on, right? If this was, it doesn't even matter if they're playing. They play all 90 unless they can't go, and they've had enough time to rest, right? It's been a while. I mean, I think we didn't have any games over the weekend, right? So they've had a week to rest, and they should be ready to go. Especially if you're trying to win the game. But they get pulled, so I don't understand the logic there. But all right, whatever. So game prods along. Of course, Benteke gets the goal, so Arsenal luck, as they say. Then around I think it's around the 90th minute, I'm sitting there and I'm watching, and you see Martinelli is calling from the ball from the far side of the field. He's on the left-hand side, ball's on the right, and he's got his arm up just calling for it. And eventually the ball gets into a position right outside the box, and the cross comes in, and he's able to get on it, gets a leg on it. The goalkeeper's able to actually make a stop, but he's there to clean up the mess and put it away. And we score, and you're like, wow, he called for it, he went and got it, and he didn't give up on it. How often do we see something like that? I don't know. He does this. That's what he does. He's an energizer bunny. He just keeps going and going and going. He did it today, and he got us the game-winning goal, basically. I understand the injury concerns and all of that, but if he's available to play, he should play, and he should get more than 12 minutes. I think he's at that point where now, if you're not getting what you want out of your starters, you should be able to bring him in 30 minutes and left in the game easily. He's showing that maybe he doesn't start, but he definitely deserves to get more minutes, I believe. We're lucky that he was able to do, and he did it in the 91st minute. Just to think if he had started, just to think if he had come in at halftime, maybe when things didn't look so good. He came in for Partey, so that is kind of an offensive move, but Partey is part of that offensive scheme. Tierney coming off, he's a defensive guy, but on the wing, Xhaka is not replacing him. We're not getting better by doing that. Saka coming off for Erdegaard. Once again, it's for offensive purposes. Saka, was he having a bad game? I don't know. But I kind of feel like if you're at that point, you're trying to score, you want to keep some of your best players on the field. But anyways, so go back. Gabriel and Martinelli scores. It goes to VAR, and you're thinking it's going to VAR for a possible handball. You look at the replay, and I don't know. They're trying to take the goal away from us. I think the goalkeeper's the only one that may have got a hand on that ball. So if that's what they were going to call it, it would have been harsh. It would have been really, really suspicious. But it was cleared, and we got the goal, and we had the lead. Yes. A couple minutes later, Pepe gets the ball, and he's got 4 defenders surrounding him. He's kind of able to split them and put a shot in, and you're thinking, that's what Pepe does. That's why he should be on the field for 90 minutes if he can make it. If he's not healthy enough to make it, then yeah, he needs to be pulled. But he gives that to us every time. Every time he does that for us. He's got it in there. We just never know when it's going to come out. We got a score early, but we also got it late, and you never know when it's going to come, and that's why he should be on the field at all times, especially when you need a goal, and he came out of nowhere, right? And he does that. That's what he does. I mean, he's getting a call for he should be playing the next game, but I fear, it's the last game of the season. Pepe needs to set, even though we need to win the previous game. That's kind of the thinking that I don't understand. So, expect Pepe to play. Expect Martinelli to hopefully get somewhere onto the last game of the season. We need to play, and we're playing at home. I don't think this is time for anybody who's retiring, leaving, whatever, to play unless we are up and we've got a good lead, and you want to bring on some of the senior players that most likely will be gone. If Bellerin's leaving, he's gone. Williams leaving, he's gone. Louise, I don't think will play anyways. So, yeah, no. So I'll take the 3 points. I should be a lot happier. I am not as much because it kind of you watch the game and you're like, oh my, this really hurts. This really hurts. And then they score the goal and you're like, yay, and you're like so hurt from the previous, the previous 40, 50 minutes. I mean, it's actually, what is that? It's 55 minutes of basically pain from the time that we scored, and even the 30 minutes before we scored, we're still kind of like, wow, we are just hanging on here. At any moment they can score, and they, it looked like they were going to. They had more opportunities than us. I mean, we were lucky. We were lucky. I mean, in the second half, at one point, we had no shots on goal. I don't think we had I don't think we had a shot. And they had maybe four or five or something like that at that point. So I don't know what's happening there, but it needs to stop. It needs to stop. They have all the possession, but they have all the attack. All right, and that's just because we don't actually do much attacking. A lot of our passing just stays away from the 18. Don't want to get that ball into the box. I don't get it. We'll take the 3. I'm happy for that, but man, I just want an easy game to end the season. Anyway we can get an easy game, I'll take it. I'm planning to have my 5 come out a little bit later, and I'll tell you, it's going to seem a little dull, the players that I picked, but it's because I feared, I had a fear for the game since Crystal Palace it was hard for us to get wins there. But my 5 starts with Aubameyang, Partey, Nene, Chambers, and Holding, and that's more because of the threat. I mean, Saka, Milsrifro, and Pepe, I could do them every game, and I probably would do a +1 or even 2 because Pepe and Martinelli did have a good game. When they're positives. Pepe had some dull moments, but the team as a whole was dull. So it's hard to say, okay, it was just him when the rest of the team also looked the same for those 55 minutes before Martinelli scored. And that's the players, and I think that's also Arteta has something to blame with there, not having an answer, not getting whatever he needs to out of his players. So that's it for what I saw. I hope you enjoy it. Just remember to, like I said, subscribe. Like the video if you enjoyed it. If you have any comments, let me know. I'm gonna, if you've seen my 5, you've seen I'm kind of updated a little bit. I'm gonna try to do the same with this. Maybe get a little bit more visuals out there that you can see, maybe with some score lines and stuff like that, or even the players that are gonna be in my 5 when it comes out. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Come on, you Gooners. And I'd like to leave you with this message: life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. All right, and so here we go. Talk to you later.